Good morning, everybody. I call this meeting to order, the annual meeting of the membership and election. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You have a last-minute ballot?
It's too late. I'm sorry. After 9.
I'd like to welcome everybody that's here this morning and to all of you at home that are watching on Channel 97. I'd like to make a few introductions. The Board of Directors, myself, Bob Walter, Vice President, Gary Burkle, Secretary, Mary Jo McElway, Treasurer. The Inspectors of the Election, Curtis Peterson, Andrea Peterson, Jan Fonte, and Ivy Moore. First Service Residential Representatives, Christopher Mitchell, General Manager, and Chelsea Osborne, Executive Assistant to the General Manager. She's back there waving. Hi, Chelsea. Good morning. Chris, please present the certificate of quorum.
We're going to wait on 1 second, Mr. President, as there have been, and I would like to thank the members. There has been an influx of last-minute ballots. I've been here almost 10 years, and I've never seen the last-minute rush. So right now, Mr. President, if we can just pause for a few moments as they tally that. I do not have the certificate of quorum prepared yet until I get the final votes that she's counting right now. So at this time, we can just pause and twiddle our thumbs.
Well, I'd like to thank all the district delegates for being here this morning, and every chair is filled. That's great. Did everybody get donuts and coffee, I hope? You got pastries?
Did you get enough pastries? Is that good? Okay.
We can call Dunkin' Donuts if she wants a donut.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Mike needs a hat. I guess it's too cold. Okay. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen, on television and delegates, please, as we go through this. No pressure on the inspectors of election.
There's a few.
So we had at the last minute about 100 ballots roughly that they're telling us. Again, that is unprecedented, but I would like to thank those members coming through at the last minute to turn in their votes.
Chris, maybe we can talk about how the day is going to go, what the procedures are.
Sure, great job, great segue. So what's going to happen is, for those who are new to this, actually had a member who has lived here 26 years, had never been in an annual meeting, so she'll be able to enjoy that. And I see there's still some gnats here, that's not good.
Oh,
but
boy.
Moving on, so what will happen is we will get a quorum notification. Right now as they count, they'll check to see how much, what districts have not met quorum. Then we have just the notice of the proof of meeting that we'll move forward with. Then we'll introduce the candidates. There's some other business that we have to take care of closing the polls, talking about the voting procedure, and then we will recess. That allows the delegates to get some more coffee and pastries. And then they will count, and they will count here in front of us. They will be recorded. We ask all the members to stay on the outside. The delegates are free to sit here, watch it, go back to the bus room. As a reminder, the delegates, there will be lunch for the delegates, the board, and the candidates that will be served out of the lounge. So we will have at lunchtime, the delegates can go get the lunch from the lounge. They can stay in the lounge. They can stay here, or they can go to the bus room if they wish. So those are some of the options. About 1 to 2 usually is when we get the count done. It may be a little longer, as remember, when it's a delegate vote, when it is an election for delegates as well as board, it takes a little bit longer. than a normal just board only. And so projecting about between 1 and 2, we'll see. They will give us updates on the time, and then we'll update Good Day Sun Lakes and update the delegates. Then we will reconvene, and we will then have the delegates, Curtis and his team will then go to the delegates. They will show the delegates the extrapolation of the votes, and the delegates will vote even with quorum or without quorum within the districts. The delegates must vote. That was the bylaw amendment that was done last year, amending our governing documents. The delegate must vote based on the extrapolation of the votes within their district. Curtis and his team will go to each of the delegates. They will sign off on their votes for the individual districts. Then there will be an announcement of the election results. We will then close the meeting, thank everyone for coming, and the new sitting board will then move to an organizational meeting where they will decide for the corporation what positions that it's going to be signed: president, vice president, second vice president, treasurer, and secretary. Just a point of fact that the secretary is actually very important for every meeting. Just key. It's very key. That's just food for thought. But nonetheless, that is, Joe, how the day should go. Hopefully, we should be done at around 3 o'clock completely, but we will continue to keep the delegates and the board updated.
Thank you, Chris. Is there any possibility of doing the introduction of the candidates prior
Yes,
going
we
straight
can.
to
Why don't
step
we?
6?
And you know what, Joe? Let me actually, if you don't mind, yes, we can go to number 6 and introduce the candidates. Great job.
Okay.
Stretch it out. Stretch.
Yeah, I'm looking down here. Ladies and gentlemen, she's got about 20 more that she has to process before we can move forward. So there's been a lot of people that have come in this morning with their votes, which is great. So at this time, I'd like to introduce the 6 candidates running for the board of directors. If you're present, please stand when I call your name. Carly Beeks. Howard Katz. Howard.
Okay.
Mary Jo McElwain. Jeffrey Ranieri. Ron Smith. Linda Spalding. And Carol Tasco.
And Joe Ganino.
Yeah, and Joe Ganino. So we cannot move forward with the nominations from the floor, can we?
I think we can, actually. We can skip that. I don't see a problem with that, Curtis, do you? Go ahead. Unless you want me to recite the Gettysburg Address, I can do that as well. if needed.
She's got
Okay.
about 10 left, so we're
Okay.
getting there. Are there any nominations from the floor? Okay.
You can go to the second one. Joe, number 8, you can move on to that.
May I have a motion from the board to close the nominations?
Make a motion to close nominations.
May I have a second?
I second that.
All in favor? Aye. Nominations are now officially closed, sir.
So we can right here talk about if there are any homeowners who have not voted, how important it is to get their vote in right now. I think Adnan is out in the parking lot trying to make sure no one's out there with ballots. Right, Adnan? It's too late. Okay. So, Joe, you can move on to number 9.
Well, if there's any homeowners who have not voted and would like to vote, please report immediately to the Inspector of Elections. They can provide you with a ballot if you do not have one or you did not receive one. If everybody has voted, may I please have a motion and a second to close the polls?
Wait on that. Just wait on that
We
for
can't
1
do that
second.
until we get the quorum?
Yep, please.
Okay.
I'd rather wait.
Sorry, we're a little bit out of order, but we'll get through it.
Unprecedented times.
We're almost there. She's done. 1, 2, 6, 8, 12, and 15.
So, quorum was not met in districts 1, 2, 6, 8, 12, and 15, just reiterating what Joe said. Quorum requirements were met in all remaining districts. These districts received ballots from over 50% of their membership, exceeding quorum requirements of 50% plus one. So, back on the agenda, Joe, we're on number 5 then.
Chris, please present the proof of notice of the meeting.
On Friday, March 6, 2026, 3,327 ballot packages were mailed to the members shown on the membership register as of March 2nd, 2026. That completes that line item, Mr. President.
Okay, we're on number 10 now.
Yes, sir, we are. We are ready.
If everyone has voted, may I please have a motion to close the polls?
So moved.
May I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Chris, please review the voting procedures, the proposed bylaw and CC&R amendment, and the IRS Revenue Ruling 70-604.
Right, and I do apologize I'm going to provide you the voting procedures. So with that, the association hired the inspectors of election to assist the association in conducting the annual election for 2026 in compliance with current California law. The purpose of the annual meeting is for the district delegates to vote in accordance with the instructions they received from their members through a non-revocable ballot. Now, the IRS ruling 70-604 is only for tax filing purposes. It does not pertain to what the board decides to do with the reserves. Homeowner associations generally have two different options when filing the federal income tax return. That being, they are filing as a Form 1120, which is a corporation, or Form 1120H, which is a homeowners association classification form entity for tax filing purposes. Although there may be different factors that can affect the final determination of which return shall be filed, IRS Revenue Ruling 70-604 is one factor that allows for a homeowner association to exclude net membership operating profits from taxation, defined as excess membership operating revenues over membership operating expenses. Under this ruling, owner approval must be obtained to apply any excess membership income for the year ended to the following year's budget requirements and assessment structure. Failure to approve the revenue ruling limits the tax filing options available to the association. However, based upon professional tax advice, if the ruling is not elected for tax filing purposes, it can be waived. That completes the explanation, voting procedure, and the IRS Revenue Ruling 70-604, Mr. President.
Thank you, Chris. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Curtis Peterson from the Inspectors of Election. He will explain the ballot counting process. After his remarks, his team will begin opening the ballots. Members are welcome to observe. However, please do not enter the designated ballot counting area or ask their team questions during this process. Following Mr. Peterson's remarks, we will begin the informal question and answer period. Members will have the opportunity to speak on any matter of interest in the community. Once the member comments are concluded, we will recess this meeting and reconvene later this afternoon once the Inspector of Election have the ballots prepared for the delegates to vote. Mr. Peterson?
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, most of you have been through this process before. If you haven't, we're going to be, first of all, opening up the envelopes. We've got a letter opener up here. We'll be extracting the secret ballot envelopes that hold the ballots. At that point, we'll run those through the letter opener again and pull out the ballots, separating them between the delegate election and the master board election. Then we'll be running those through the scanner and doing the tabulation. And then once we have all those numbers ready, we'll prepare the voting documents for the delegates a little bit later this afternoon for you to come back. Then we'll finalize those tabulations and announce the results.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. At this time, members are welcome to step up to the microphone. Please be advised, homeowners will have a maximum of 3 minutes to make any comments or have any questions they would like answered. Okay, we will recess this meeting at this time. Members are welcome to stay and view the ballot count. Delegates are welcome to do the same. Or you can leave and return for the luncheon at noon that will be held in the lounge. So we are convened at this time.
Recessed.
Recess, excuse me. Says convene, but whatever.
All right, well, another interesting year at Sun Lakes, huh? How about it? So we had 1,834 ballots counted, okay? I'm not going to get into the delegates and alternates right now. That this is enough for, this is stressing me out enough. So we're gonna get through this. So I'm going to give you some numbers here, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about it. Charlie Beeks, 1554. Carly. At the office, anyway. Joe Ganino, 1467. Howard Katz was 1723. Mary Jo McElwain with 1467. Jeffrey Ranieri with 730. Ron Smith with 942. Linda Spalding with 1379. Carol Tasco with 1482. And then we had a write-in, or a few. I don't have all the write-in names written down here, but the big one you should all know in the room is Randy Robbins. The total write-ins cast were 1472. Randy got 1443. So now we have a tie for the final position with 1467 each between Joe Ganino and Mary Jo McElwain. We're going to have to rerun the ballots to finalize that tie. I'm going to suggest that we seat the three top, and then we'll rerun the ballots and let you know at a later date, because it's going to take us a lot of time to do that.
Okay. What do you consider a lot of time?
A few hours.
Few hours, okay.
We can recess that back to our office, and then we'll rerun for the final position.
Okay.
Is that what you got, Joe? I got
Howard,
Howard got
Carly,
Carly, Carol, and then you and I are tied.
So at this point,
We're gonna flip a coin.
you wanna, you can flip a coin, but I'd like to rerun the ballots and give you, make sure, a tie is a tie, and it's, a tie, when you're talking about a tie for the final position, with this many ballots and with the carryover of the delegate votes, it's just really uncommon. I'm really kind of shocked, to be honest with you. Even being a few votes off, I could see, but actually tying. So we're gonna rerun the ballots before we finalize that. The delegates, we can go over those, but I've got 4 pages of write-ins. So we're gonna I haven't even gotten to that because I was focused on getting the master board out of the way. So we're gonna go ahead and get that certification done. But I can try to point out, in the elected, or the ones that we had, candidates for. I have that sheet. In District 1, we had Barbara Elness, won that spot for the delegate, the alternate, Mary. District 2, we didn't have any candidates, and your top vote getter was Kim Turlin for the delegate, and the alternate was Barbara Taylor. Okay. District 3, James Nicoli, you'll be the delegate there. For the alternate, Jennifer Hogarty, got 5 votes. Can you hear me now? Okay. We'll get this up here. District 4, Dolores Doherty, you'll be the delegate. Alternate, Barbara Bell. Barbara Ball. There you are. Correct that here. District 5, David Miller. You'll be the delegate. Lisa Rayleigh will be the alternate. District 6, we didn't have any candidates, but Kim Ellis got 12 votes, be the delegate. And the alternate, Kim Ellis got 2 votes. So we'll have to go to Linda McClure, Nancy Murray, or is it Deb Landers? We'll have to figure that one out.
Let them rerun the vote.
Am I on? Yeah. District 7, where do we have that one? Gail Billick won that one with 57 votes to 37. And your alternate in District 7 is Mike Scott. Going on to District 8, we didn't have any candidates there. Troy Cosmore. That's not how they put it on the ballot, but maybe, maybe. All right, Cosmore Troy, you will be the delegate for District 8. And it looks like the alternate. The only one receiving votes. You've got big shoes to fill there, sir. No candidates in 9. Marcia Midget will be the delegate. And we have a tie for the alternate, Mimi Stapleton, Chantel Myers. District 10, Jean Dobson, be your delegate. And it looks like for an alternate, we've got a 3-way tie, Janice Gamble, Jerry Howell, and Lynn Dom. So we'll have to battle that one out for the alternate. Moving on to District 11. Lori Hazelton will be your delegate, and a 3-way tie for alternate. Linda Johnson, Joe Ganino, and Benjamin. District 12, Ann Heffert. Hofert. I'll get that right one of these times. The alternate, 3-way tie. Sharon Keeley, Jane Terlian, and Peggy Houghton. Oh, well, it looks like Peggy Houghton got 2 votes in that one. So Peggy Houghton, if she's willing to accept the position, with 2 write-in votes, will be the alternate for District 12. District 13, no candidate again, but Jamie Rice. Janice Rice. Somebody's writing around here.
Our hands got
You
tired.
think of it. And your alternate,
Yes.
perfect. Come on up here, you can do that. Well, at least you're pronouncing it properly. Paul Beeks in District 14 for the delegate, your alternate. Looks like Evelyn Hawkins with 6 write-in votes. Okay. District, did I do that right? Yep. District 15. We didn't have any write-ins whatsoever. B, Mercado. And Judy Taylor for the alternate. District 16. I'm not here. Tammy Alexander and Mary Lockman as the alternate. Now, we had a battle for the delegate position in 17, and it looks like Linda Myers Call will be serving as the delegate. Alternate will be Jamie Taylor with the 3 write-in votes. Jamie can serve in that capacity. District 18, Anita Lawrence and Michelle Walter as the alternate. 19, we had a battle for this one as well. Deborah Baldwin will be serving as your delegate. The alternate will need to be determined. What am I on here? 19? Looks like we didn't get any alternate votes, but we do have some delegate votes, and maybe these individuals would choose to serve as a write-in, as an alternate, as a write-in for the delegate position, and that would be Charlie Freeze. That would be Charlie Freeze. Sorry about that. I'm talking about the alternate position for District 20. 19? 19. What am I on? 19. I'm sorry. So we didn't have any write-in alternate candidates in 19, but there were some write-ins for the actual delegate position. So Charlie Freeze received 3 write-in votes for the delegate position. So he'll need to be approached to see if he's willing to accept an alternate position for District 19. District 20, Kate Reed will be your delegate, and Wade Sampson will be your alternate. District 21, the delegate, we didn't have a candidate in this one. The delegate is, with the most write-in votes, is Cal Martin. Serves your delegate. And alternate, looks like Mark Schaefer. Mark Schaefer got 2 write-in votes. So did Cal in the alternate, but if he's going to assume the position as delegate, he won't serve as alternate as well. District 22, Patrick Grant will be your delegate. We didn't have a candidate for the alternate, but Kim Cross got plenty of votes as an alternate for write-in. Finally, District 23, Charles London, be your delegate, and Denise Baker will be your alternate. And we'll transfer all this to an electronic document and certify that.
That's it?
That's what we've got for now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I want to congratulate all the district delegates and the assistant delegates. I want to congratulate all the winners today for the master board. I want to thank the community of Sun Lakes for a great year. I'm stepping out of the race effective immediately, and I'm turning the mic over to Bob Walter.
We still need to do the run, the rerun to see whether, how the voting came out,
And there'll be no organizational meeting because we don't know who that fourth place is. So there'll be no organizational meeting.
So there'll be no organizational meeting at this particular time because we haven't determined the fourth. Okay.
Well, I'd like to get this polished up. I don't expect the numbers to change. We'll run along.
So at the present time, there will be no organizational meeting. We will let you know when that's going to transpire. And the next open meeting is going to be on the April 22nd, 3 o'clock here. And we'll have everything squared away prior to that. But thank you for your patience and coming out. And let's move forward in a positive manner for everybody in our community.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank-
Meeting adjourned.
Meeting is adjourned. We should have an update hopefully by 12 o'clock tomorrow. We will send something out to the community right now to where the status is right now for the board and that the fourth place is still in final tie position. So we will continue to keep the community updated. Keep a lookout on your emails and the e-blast and the website. Thank you, everyone.